Hi friends, in this video I'm going to talk about new product development process. Well, any organization for that matter, every organization uh, goes through multiple ways, multiple steps for generating new products. The structure that's given here, the 8-step process, is just one of those methods. Having said that, every other method or every other process an organization, like all the organizations follow, have some or all these elements in the same order or a little bit of variation. Now, what is the first step? The first step is the idea generation. So this is where a team sits together, the new product team sits together and they discuss about, hey, where are the ideas coming from? Are they from salespeople and all those, and salespeople, customer service, customers, every other resource they can find of, and then this is where they will evaluate about, is the idea worth considering? Is the idea worth considering with the product specifications? Is the idea worth considering with the market demand? Or how many people are stating the similar idea, or competition? All those factors need to be considered here. The next step is idea screening, step number 2. It is where the organization needs to see, is the product idea compatible with the company objectives, strategies, and resources? Fine, we need to produce an electric car, but does Ford have the capability to actually produce one? Right? That's the perspective. We need to come up with a hair thickening shampoo, but does Pantene have the capability to provide? I'm pretty sure they have. Just giving a hypothetical example. For example, from SIUE perspective, we need to create a program in data analytics, but does it meet does the idea compatible with the objectives of the university, or general strategy, or the overall strategy of the university, or even the resources that we have in place? Do we have the faculty to teach these people to these courses? And once the idea screening is done, and if it goes through that step, that's when the concept development and testing phase starts. Here is where we determine, can we find a good concept consumers says they would want to try. Now, concept development is kind of a, if you happen to see any of the auto shows, they always have concept cars, the cars that are coming up down 2 years or 3 years down the line. That is to gauge the feedback from the industry, that is to gauge the feedback of potential customers, how interested they are in the look, the shape, the specifications of the concept car. But remember, a concept car is, the concept product is not the final product, it's just a step, an advanced step. And after the concept development is where marketing strategy development comes into picture. It's where it's your 4P mix gets developed here, and then comes the business analysis. This is where it will be determined if the product meets the profit goal. Many a times there will be scenarios where everything looks awesome, but the market is in a state that the profits may not be as high. So, for example, when Apple was first thinking about LED screen displays, the reason they delayed it for this long is, like, in fact, they're about a year and a half behind the curve compared to other companies, because they didn't have the technology. So for them, the cost was so high that it's increasing the cost of the phone. Thus, and they don't want to increase the cost of the phone beyond $900. So their market stock value, the profit percentage is relatively lower. That's one of the reasons they delayed it. After which is the product development. Have we got a technically and commercially sound product? Here is where you go into advanced stage. You develop something that is commercially viable. Look, the feel is not the only thing that's important. Even commercially viable product is also important. This is where you have an advanced concept, and after which you would send it for market testing. Now, if the product does not meet the expectations, then it goes back to product development, and it's a loop there till it fits. For example, Gillette, whenever they come up with their new razors, new blades, they always go through this step significantly. In fact, Gillette does one of the highest number of market testings, which is surprising because I never expected a shaving razor needs so many testings. After the market testing is commercialization. It is about product sales meetings, expectations to distributors in the middle. The big retailers are also being involved in this stage, and then the future plans. This is a new product development process. Again, as I mentioned at the start of this video, it's not always true that every organization follows these steps, like a religion, but majority of the steps are kind of imbibed into their working process. Over and out.
ఇక్కడికి వచ్చినట్టు తెలిసింది. దీని గురించి క్లబ్ మేనేజర్స్ లో ఒక నడక కరెక్ట్ గా పేరు జరిగిన అదే సమయంలో ఇక్కడున్న సీసీటీవీ కెమెరాలన్నీ జామ్ చేయబడినట్టుగా చెప్పారు. ఇది ఈ రోజు తను మనం కిడ్నాప్ చేయబోతున్నట్టు చెప్పిన రుద్రా చేసిన పని అయి ఉండొచ్చు అనుకుంటున్నాను.